Alright, what's up guys? So today gonna be changing the brake pads in the Mini Cooper. Got some brakes off of eBay, and these are non-S version 280 millimeter disc right here. Just a generic set of brakes because this vehicle, you know, it only gets driven probably a few thousand miles a year, not a lot. So lightly around town, it should be good. The brakes are showing a huge lip on both sides, and there's also like a rubbing noise somewhere in here, so I gotta like inspect if there's any damage. Like it kind of sounds like it's interfering with the wheel, but that's like a whole nother subject. Alright, well, so far these back bolts right here that hold on the caliper, they look to be 16 millimeter that hold the actual caliper bracket onto the spindle, and this one right here is a 13, and that right there is a 15. So you got to get a 13 in the back and get a box end wrench, I guess, to hold it right there, to hold it, and then that's how you take this out, to take out the pads. So I'm gonna loosen this one first and then just take out the pads, and then I'm gonna have to take off this right here. It's a Torx bit. It's a T50 right there, and once that's broken off, that's gonna take off your caliper, I mean your rotor. Alright, so I got the two bolts out right there. One goes here, the other one right there, and that basically just slides right out. You want to make sure, because you have a sensor right here for your brake pads, that you have your brake hose right here. So sensor line, brake hose, lift it up, you could sit it right here, and then unload the pads. And you got to take off this bracket next. Your sensor right there. Get this. Be careful you don't pinch the sensor. Old brake pad. I actually thought the sensor went here, but it goes inside the back one. Right there. Man, that thing's roasted. But yeah, so it slides, slides into there. So I got a 60 millimeter with what is that? Pittsburgh breaker bar. Finally putting it to good use. This is my second time after the clutch on the Integra. Hopefully I can get this angle. Alright, got that one. And I'm gonna be completely honest, it was kind of loose. I don't know if this is gonna focus. Yeah, those things were kind of loose in a way. Right there, it's your bolt. You see. Alright guys, so up next, take off the rotor. Yeah, it was rubbing right here against the actual cast iron, so that was cast on cast, and that was that rubbing noise that I heard. Gonna get a little grease. Put it all around the hub. This is basic, just brake caliper grease. Wipe off any excess grease, and it's good. Don't touch the friction surface with greasy hands. It's just one rule, and it's pretty obvious. You can put a little grease on that too. Little grease on that. And don't forget to clean this before you install it, because this comes lubed up, just so it doesn't get shipped to you or wait on the shelf and get rusted. Alright, so that's it. Next I'm gonna put caliper bracket back on, put my pads on. Alright, so one thing I like doing, I like taking the pins out, cleaning them up. A little fresh grease never hurt. Go back inside. Feels much better. You don't have to do this unless it's absolutely dry. As long as it's a little something in there, it's fine, but I like putting fresh stuff. Alright, so I turned the wheel all the way to the left, and the two back bolts, 17 millimeter, or were they 16? Yeah, my bad, 16 millimeter. They're gonna go to 80 foot-pounds. But I'm not gonna go directly to 80, I'm just gonna do a 40, 60, and 80. That's 40. $60. Alright, so that's 80 foot-pounds, and now the pads are ready to go in. So one thing I forgot to do, I forgot to put the caliper back in. I mean the caliper piston back in, because it's already protruded out since the brake pads are so small. they're just gonna stay like that, but I have to retract them to put fresh pads. And I'm gonna try and do my old method, which is pretty standard if you don't have the proper tool. Put this in here and push with all your might. So let's try that. And if your reservoir is full, you're gonna get some leakage. See, this is probably gonna be a fail right here, but we'll try. Let me take this off. There you go. So now you can install your fresh pads and put this right on. Very important step. I should have done this a long time ago, but this could probably save somebody. Compare your parts, new parts to old parts. Just make sure they match up. Make sure they're notched correctly. Because you might put everything back together and the car will feel weird or just bind up. But yeah, so everything looks good. I'm gonna clean these surfaces in here and reinstall. Alright, so just for like a little preventative maintenance, gonna clean the sensor. Make sure you don't get no like chemical on this. You can get it a little wet because these things do come in contact with moisture and water, obviously from snow and rain. But just a little there. Just wipe that off. And then put it on the brake. Make sure it snaps in. Alright, snapped in, just to make sure it's the right pad and everything's compatible. Put your caliper pin bolts back in, and these are 15, I believe 16 to 20 pounds, foot-pounds. Snug them up and torque them down. That's 20 pounds right there. Alright guys, so that's how you change your brakes in your Mini Cooper. Everything's good. meaty pads, fresh rotor, greased up, and ready to hit the road. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you on the next one.